Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news, it is officially here, the 100-day mark in the Trump administration. The president marking that occasion with a rally tonight in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, while critics are out protesting. ABC's Josh Haskell is on the road with the president.
On the night of his 100th day as president, Donald Trump went back to Pennsylvania, where voters put him over the top on election eve.
More than 100 miles away from Washington Swamp.
Pointedly stiffing the annual White House Correspondents' Dinner, where Washington big shots dine without the president for the first time in 36 years. At a campaign-style rally with an overflow crowd, the president boasted he's gotten off to a roaring start.
100 days of devotion, hard work, and love for our great country.
In fact, he's signed 29 bills so far.
100 days of failure! 100 days of failure!
Around the country, tens of thousands marked the milestone with protests over President Trump's climate policy.
You can't get anything through Congress, and yet the Republicans control everything.
The president faces his second 100 days with a long to-do list. His signature border wall is a campaign promise in search of funding.
If the Democrats knew what the hell they were doing, they'd approve it so easy.
And the Obamacare overhaul is still being hammered out in the House.
And I'll be so angry if we don't get that damn thing passed quickly.
But the president holds on to the hearts and minds of true believers.
I think he's done a great job. If I had to give him a rating, I'm going to give him an A+.
Rome wasn't built in a day, and you can't fix the problems in 100.
Josh Haskell, ABC News, Harrisburg.
And along with the celebration of his first 100 days in office, President Trump has also signed a new executive order into action tonight. This one directing the Department of Commerce and the United States Trade Representative to conduct a review of all of our existing international trade and investment agreements. The White House saying that review will assess, quote, whether they are working for America and whether the predicted benefits in terms of jobs and economic growth are being achieved. During the signing, Trump said he was fulfilling a campaign promise to identify abuse through trade agreements and end abuse against workers. And across the country, hundreds of cities today demonstrating in the streets, demanding a higher awareness for the environment. And Sarasota was among those cities involved. Hundreds taking to the streets near Bayfront Park today, trying to get passing vehicles to honk in support for a nationwide call for change. Many asking lawmakers to make climate change a priority, while others are trying to reach just our community on a local level, encouraging their participation in making the Suncoast a greener community.
There are steps we can take locally to stem the tide of climate change, and specifically we need to focus on ways to transition our community to a clean energy power supply. This will have the benefits of not only reducing carbon emissions and other forms of air pollution, but it will also help generate green jobs that will come from solar installation, energy efficiency and weatherization upgrades, and projects like that. So it's a win-win from an economic and environmental standpoint.
These projects happening the same day that the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency removed most of the information on climate change from its website. A press release from the agency saying the website is being updated to, quote, reflect the approach of new leadership. EPA Administrator Scott Pruitt has previously expressed doubt about the reasoning behind climate change. Environmental groups say they are troubled by the agency's decision to remove that information from its website. And changing climates here on the Suncoast. Very windy day out there. Let's head over to Wendy Ross for a check on that weather. Wendy?
And we are looking at some clouds that are now starting to move on in advance of a cold front that's still well back away from us at this point. But we are starting to see some clouds at this point, and those clouds are going to be coming on in throughout the nighttime hours. Right now, temperatures are in the 70s across our region, and we are still very windy out at this hour, with winds coming in primarily out of the east-southeast at around 16 miles per hour. But take a look at these temperatures. It's 11 o'clock and it's 79 degrees. Our humidity is high. The dew points are high as well. And we're going to continue to see these temperatures staying on the moderate side. So you can see we've got a little bit of cloud cover. The rains are staying to the north of us. We're not expecting any rain tonight. We'll find out what we can expect for tomorrow. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Adam?
All right, thank you, Wendy. Well, taking your phone for a swim may normally be a bad idea, but today, Sarasota County was using phones to help environmentalists learn more about the quality of our Sarasota Bay. ABC 7's Erica Jackson was at today's annual Seagrass Survey and shows us how volunteers use that new app to gather valuable data.
More than 15,000 species live in the Gulf of Mexico, but now Sarasota County environmental specialists are keeping a close eye on the marine life in Sarasota Bay, including the water's flowering plants.
So it's an important habitat, and it's very important that we protect it.
Scientists say seagrass coverage and marine life are signs of a healthy Sarasota Bay.
70% of the fisheries species are born in the seagrass beds before they move off to other locations. So it's an important habitat.
Residents and other volunteers helped scientists examine the bay Saturday during the 3rd annual Seagrass Survey. This year, environmentalists will have even more accurate information thanks to a new app created by the county's Enterprise Information Technology Group.
Helps avoid transcription errors, us being able to read the data forms when they do come into us in paper, and there's some built-in things in the app that kind of prevent errors from occurring.
Volunteers analyze the seagrass while snorkeling or kayaking, then input the data using the smartphone app after heading back to land. The app includes pictures to help users identify the types of seagrass present and uses GPS technology to detect the precise location. Scientists will compare findings to research from the Southwest Florida Water Management District, or SwiftMud.
Where SwiftMud says in their layer there may be seagrass or certain types of seagrass, and with the volunteer data it's like kind of reaffirming that, backing it up.
Environmentalists tell us a healthy bay means more visitors and economic benefits.
And it's the recreational aspect, a lot of fishing and diving. If you enjoy the beaches, you want to have clean, healthy water.
The county already has the results from about 30 different locations in the bay and hopes to have a full list of results completed by the end of the week. Reporting in Sarasota County, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Erica. And in Manatee County, protesters concerned about a proposed development that could hurt the health of the bay made their voices heard earlier today. Medallion Homes recently renewed an application to FDEP to build on the land southwest of Cortez Road and 75th Street West up there in Manatee County. The group, led by Carlos Baruf and Pete Logan, want to connect a proposed project called Aqua by the Bay to a mitigation bank along the shoreline. But for some in the community, that news comes as an insult.
People value the bay, and they value Florida for what it is, not the Las Vegas look with high-rises. We want a natural look, and that really is why we want them to stop. We want to preserve the bay in the way it is.
Those developers have been trying to build on the West Manatee land for years, but were turned down by the county in December. Baruf has been cited in the past for violating the county's environmental plan by removing trees and disturbing wetlands on the property without approval. And Medallion Homes also responsible for a headline event in Bradenton tonight, the DeSoto Heritage Festival, dazzling crowds and families with its sights and sounds. Traveling from Manatee High School and along Manatee Avenue towards downtown Bradenton, hundreds line the streets to watch as dozens of floats passed by. Now, last year, organizers estimated a turnout of around 200,000. We don't currently have the head count from tonight, but clearly that parade was able to draw out an impressive crowd.
It's good for the kids. I remember when I was their age, growing up, going to the parade, and it got me interested in things I would have never seen in a day-to-day basis.
My favorite part about the parade is the music, because I like how they put the music, and they probably spent really hard time practicing on it.
That's an excellent observation. I'm sure that they did. And if you need to get around downtown tonight, you won't have to wait too much longer. Manatee Avenue is currently closed from US 41 to 44th Street West, and that is until midnight. Well, still to come here on ABC 7, who shot first? That question investigators are trying to answer after a police shooting in North Carolina. And not even video game chat rooms are safe from child predators. How boys from 3 states were solicited while playing online.
Watch ABC7's Osprey Cam on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and Opera TV. And get an exclusive bird's eye view of Sarah and Soda, our own resident Osprey couple. With ABC7's state-of-the-art high-definition Osprey Cam with night vision, you'll get an up-close and personal look at all the Osprey action live 24/7. And you might just be the first to spot an egg. Search ABC7 on your streaming device. Download the free ABC7 channel app and click on Osprey Cam.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blog, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by 1 on any or all numbers and still win.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills. Wow! Stop stains and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
A convicted pedophile who used the messaging service on his Xbox to solicit nude photos from 4 boys in 3 states is now heading to prison. Prosecutors in New Jersey say Gary Wolcheski contacted victims in Massachusetts, North Carolina, and Florida in 2008 and 2009 when they were between the ages of 10 and 15 years old. He used the gaming console's message feature and asked them to send naked photos and engage in sexual acts. On Friday, Wolcheski received a 46-year sentence after he was convicted in November on aggravated sexual assault and child endangerment charges. It is a question of who shot first in Kannapolis, North Carolina tonight after officers engaged in a shootout with a wanted man in a hotel. Police initially arrived at the In-Town Suites Hotel to issue an arrest warrant on Friday for a man wanted for violating his probation. Now state investigators are trying to figure out whether or not those officers actually began firing at that suspect first. The man is now hospitalized after he was hit by one of the bullets, and witnesses describe that scene as chaotic.
We were on the other side when people came out of the hotel screaming, "Oh, I heard the gunshots, I heard the gunshots."
We just regret that it happened here, but we're handling it to the best of our ability.
Police have not said how many officers fired shots or how many shots were fired total. No officers were hurt in that shooting, and the chief of police says the suspect who was conscious at the scene and able to talk. The state has not released the names of those officers involved, and for now they are still on duty. A medical transport plane crashed in Amarillo, Texas early this morning, killing all 3 crew members on board. Authorities say the aircraft went down around midnight near the Rick Husband International Airport. The cause of the crash is not known, but investigators say weather may have been a factor. Winds were blowing up to 50 miles an hour when the plane went down. The National Transportation Safety Board is currently investigating that situation. High winds, they will do that, and we certainly had our share of winds kind of here throughout the day on the Suncoast.
This is all part of a system that's moving in our direction, actually. It's not going to make it here tomorrow, but this is part of a system that's now across the central part of the country, and that's where they're getting all the wet weather right now. But we're going to see that taking place a little bit later on. In the meantime, today, it was hot. It was hot. Take a look at these temperatures. This is what we had for daytime highs today. And keep in mind that at Bradenton, Sarasota at the airport, that is a record, 96 degrees. Parrish reporting 95. Myakka City, 94. Arcadia, Wauchula reporting 94 and 93 degrees. Punta Gorda, 95 degrees. Even here in Venice and Englewood, 91 and 92 degrees. It's just almost unbelievable. And that, of course, is what's going to go down in the record books. 96, a record-breaking high. Here was our last record that was set on this date. That was just last year. It was 92 degrees, and normally we're supposed to be at 83. So we're a far cry from normal. Everything seems to be all topsy-turvy, and what we're looking at right now are temperatures that have finally started to get back down closer to the 70s and 80s, and that's what we're seeing across our area. Temperatures at the beach a little bit warmer. Venice is still reporting 81 degrees, the only holdout right now, and then as you go farther eastward, we're looking at temperatures that are slightly cooler, 73 to 75 degrees. And we're starting to get a little bit more cloud cover coming on in as well. So we're going to start to see more clouds coming in throughout the overnight time period. 79 degrees for us right now. It's 79. Keep in mind it's 11 o'clock. 64% dew points, our humidity at 60%. Those winds coming in out of the east-southeast at 16 miles per hour. So the windy conditions are definitely going to be a feature again tomorrow. It's hot, and it's going to stay hot throughout the rest of this weekend. We've got the increasing cloud cover coming on in tonight through the morning hours, which means that it will not be as hot tomorrow as it was today. But there's no rain this weekend. It's not forecast to come on through. So what we've got going on is this cold front over the central part of the country, and you can see all of the wet weather, all the dynamics here are pretty strong. And then we're watching this cold front getting ready to come on in. In advance of the front, of course, we've got the very cloudy weather that's going to be taking place, and the possibility of showers is really going to be diminished. Maybe a 20% chance of rain on Monday, and we've got these clouds that are going to be coming through for the overnight time period tonight. A few showers are embedded, but we have dew points that are a little on the low side for rain to be developing for tonight. So we're not expecting to see the showers, but we will be seeing mostly cloudy conditions throughout the morning hours with that frontal system coming on through and the possibility of rain for Monday. So this is what it looks like. It's going to be windy and cloudy on Sunday. On Monday, we've got the first chance for rain, and we continue to increase those chances all the way through the next cold front coming in, which is going to be next Thursday. Adam?
All right, thank you very much, Wendy. 2 local boys taking the next step towards an NFL dream. Sports is next.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
But is it? It's really just the beginning, right? Have you written a book and want it published but don't know where to start? You're not alone. Page Publishing cuts through the confusion that most new authors face, like copyright protection, barcodes, printing, and digital uploading. We will get your book into bookstores now. We guide you through the publishing maze and help you distribute and sell your work in hard copy and ebook formats. That's right, we will digitize and place your book for sale on Amazon, Apple iBooks, and Google, offering it to millions. Don't waste another minute. Most publishers won't even look at new author submissions, but we're different. We review your book and provide you feedback in about a week. If we decide to publish your book, your work ends and ours begins. From copy editing and proofing to typesetting and book cover art, our team gets you into bookstores fast.
Call for your free author submission kit at 800-425-5308.
Now, sports.
For the first time since 2009, no Florida high school players were picked in the first round of the NFL draft, but one former Suncoast standout was very close. Venice High School alumni Forrest Lamp just missed that cut, going 38th overall to the Los Angeles Chargers. Considered by some to be the top offensive lineman in the country, Lamp was a 4-year starter and a third-team All-American at Western Kentucky. And 2 days later, Booker High School alumni Marlon Mack came off the board in the 4th round, 143rd overall. Mack is the first University of South Florida running back to ever be drafted in the NFL. He heads to the Indianapolis Colts as USF's all-time leading rusher. Well, some hoped the Bucs would grab FSU's Dalvin Cook to address a running back room that suffered 4 injuries in 2016, but instead the Bucs waited until Saturday to draft Boise State running back Jeremy McNichols in the 5th round. Bucs management says they're happy with starter Doug Martin, who will miss the first 3 games next season for a substance abuse suspension. The Bucs' other Saturday pick was defensive tackle Stevie Tuikolovatu in the 7th round, who was an all-conference defensive tackle in 2016 with the USC Trojans. Well, Rangers versus Senators may sound like an old Western, but tonight it means playoff hockey between Ottawa and New York. But John Gabriel Pageau was truly an outlaw. Ottawa's center unstoppable tonight, scoring a hat trick in regulation with that one-timer right there to erase a late 2-goal deficit. Then in double overtime, who else? Pageau on the 2-on-1, ripping his 4th goal of the night for the win. It's an iconic performance, and Ottawa now is 2 games ahead of New York. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons, leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
Thank you.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here, because
Why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds.
No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm gonna show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch The Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-962-4112. That's 1-800-962-4112. Call now, 1-800-962-4112. For a free brochure, call 1-800-962-4112.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less. Featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest to support your head, neck, and shoulders, bedside power plugs, under-bed night lights, and more. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less than Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-774-8103. That's 1-800-774-8103. Call now.
Some superheroes in Connecticut have chosen window washing as their superpower. Batman, Deadpool, Iron Man, and Captain America sprang into action Friday to make sure that the windows are spanking clean at the Children's Hospital in Hartford. They were professional window washers who dressed up for National Superhero Day. The show was a special treat for the young patients at the hospital, who were also treated to a parade complete with other superheroes riding on police motorcycles. The London Marathon started 6 days ago, but Tom Harrison, one of the participants, has only just finished. It's not that he's a slow runner, he's a slow crawler, particularly in that gorilla suit. The man dubbed Mr. Gorilla is raising money for the Gorilla organization, and so far more than 22,000 pounds, which is around 28,000 US dollars, have been pledged. Harrison says the money will be used to protect endangered gorillas in Africa. And a special event taking place on the Sun Coast tonight, BimmerCon, kicking off at BMW of Sarasota with this year's theme all about The Walking Dead. Event goers were asked to dress up as characters from AMC's hit show, and celebrity judges awarded their favorite lookalikes with prizes, including a custom classified Moto 920R motorcycle, yeah, real specific, formerly owned by actor Norman Reedus, aka Daryl Dixon, as you can see right here in the picture, or at least a close lookalike. A yacht cruise on Sarasota Bay and over $1,000 also in those cash prizes. All proceeds of the event will be donated to Female Veterans Unite.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool thing.
Cosplay action, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Good for them.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful.
Yeah. And that Daryl Dixon lookalike, kudos.
Yeah.
Looked just like
right
him, in my
on,
opinion.
right?